Welcome back to Dark Souls. Last time, we destroyed Sith the Scaleless and rid the Regal Archives of his malice. This time, before we head for our next Lord Soul, I'd like to return back to New Londo. I have my reasons. Well, here we are, back in New Londo. I'd like to go back here and speak with Rickard of Vinheim. We have another magic ember for him. Maybe he can make some use out of it.
Hey, hang on. That's a sorcery ember, isn't it? Yes, it certainly is. First I've seen since my banishment from Vinheim. What do you say, friend? Mind giving that to me? This is no man's land. I'm the only one who could handle it anyway.
Rickard of Vinheim. Just hiding here, waiting for everything to end. He was banished from Vinheim just like Glogan. He was a so-called magic blacksmith. That's why he was able to work with the ancient enchanted ember from Ulasil. Now we're giving him something he's familiar with. These large magic embers have been seen in Vinheim before. That's what they use to make their magic weapons. Here, you can have it.
Yes, as you should. I won't disappoint you. I'm taskless no longer.
And with that, we have an ascension for magic plus 10. Neat. Not like we're gonna use it because we're not we don't have an intelligence build, but whatever you want. Avalon actually doesn't depend on it. You could just have a magic Avalon. Why would you? I don't know. You have no reason for it. Magic kinda sucks. Well, goodbye, Rickard of Vinheim. We're never gonna see you again.
Come back soon. Smithing helps soothe my nerves. Don't let me wither away out of idleness.
Odds are you will, Rickard. You're just gonna sit there forever. He'll probably hollow out eventually. And with that, it's time to head towards our next target. The four kings of New Londo have been defeated. Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead, has been defeated. Sith the Scaleless has been defeated. And now only one Lord Soul remains. Our next target is the Witch of Izalith. In her ruined city of Izalith. Now that the brilliant light is down, we can see what's past that wall of brilliant light in the demon ruins. But before we do that, I'd like to speak to Quailana, the daughter of Chaos, back in Blighttown. We haven't seen her in a long time. We haven't seen her since we went off to go find Ash Lake. I'll see you there. And here we are, back with Quailana. Hello. Unfortunately, Quailana, we have to kill your mother. Quailana ran away from Izalith and her sisters, pretending to seek answers because of her survivor's guilt. So, have you changed your mind since then? Maybe you feel a little better?
Ah, it has been some time, truth be told. I thought you had perished.
That's fair enough. You know what, since we have so many souls, let's just buy some things. Let's just buy the cheap pyromancies, the cheapest ones. Fire Whip. The root pyromancy of combustion. Much more difficult to wield. I'd also like to buy this, Undead Report. Her charm to keep other enemies away from her. The other two I can just save for later, because they're way too expensive. How about modifying my flame? I have a lot of souls. 1. And 2. Now we have a Pyromancy Flame plus 15. You have no clue how much damage this thing can do now. And now we can turn it into Pyromancy Flame. 15 to nothing. Thing is, it actually does more damage that way. So we're going to up it. We have a lot of souls anyway, so we'll be fine. It's a bit boosted now. Pyromancy Flame ascended by Quelana of Izalith, the daughter of Chaos. Now let's ask that question. How are you feeling about the Witch of Izalith now?
I have a favor to ask. My mother, the Witch of Izalith, was one of the primeval lords. Her power came from the soul that she found near the first flame. She focused this power to light a flame of her own. But she failed to control it. The flame of chaos engulfed Mother and my sisters and molded them into deformed creatures. Only I escaped. And now I am here. But my mother and sisters have been in anguish since. I beseech you, free Mother and my sisters from the flame of chaos. I cannot do it myself. I lack the strength and the bravery. But you, I realize what I am asking. But please, free their poor souls. Mother's ambitions were misguided, no doubt. But surely 1,000 years of atonement is enough.
Izalith was one of the lords. Her power came from her soul of life. She used, according to Quelana, she used that soul to make her own first flame, and she failed to control it. And that flame is what is known as the Chaos Flame. We've seen it before. We've talked about it before when we walked through the Demon Ruins. It engulfed the Witch of Izalith and molded her and the Daughters of Chaos that remain into deformed creatures, also known as demons. Look no further than all the demons in the Demon Ruins. Look no further than Quelaag, or her sister, or Ceaseless Discharge. And now Quelana asks us to put them down, free them from their agony. She tried to create a first flame because she saw that the first flame was going out. So she made her own, but unfortunately it exploded on her and everyone else in Izalith. Except for Quelana, she escaped. Well, 1,000 years of suffering like this. Then again, time is convoluted in Lordran, so who knows. We'll heed your request, Quelana. We'll go.
Now go. Whatever you do, do not crack and go hollow, lest my time spent on you be wasted.
Right. We'll do it for you, Quelana. I'll see you at the Demon Ruins. Here we are. We're back in the Demon Ruins. It's been a while. But now we know what truly happened to this place. The lava, the parasites, and the origin of demons. That technically makes the Witch of Izalith the mother of all demons. She's probably became a monster herself. But who knows? We don't need these, and we don't need this anymore. What I do need is... What do I need? Hornet ring. Yes. Here we have our Pyromancy Flame. It's boosted now. Pyromancy Flame drawing upon the latent power of Quelana of Izalith, Mother of Pyromancy. For the Pyromancer, a flame is a precious thing indeed, to be nurtured, often for an entire lifetime. When the flame is shared, it creates an eternal bond between the parties. Unlike sorceries and miracles, Pyromancy needs a teacher, and it goes from teacher to student, and they have to share their flame with someone else. We also upped our longsword and longbow, just a bit. Just wanted to make that clear. I spent a lot of souls on that flame. It better be worth it. Go away from those egg burdens and get away from them. Don't even think about it. Let's go back down. And yes, I'm showing the path back there on purpose, because there are some things I'd like to show off. All those Taurus demons are still dead. And there's that Capra demon. Because of reused bosses. It dies in 4 hits now. What a joke. Let's go across this ancient architecture here. It is a shame. But, like Seath, Izalith kinda got what she deserved. You don't mess with things you don't understand, otherwise you're gonna get... It's all gonna backfire on you. Dark Spirit Kirk has invaded. Kirk? Again? There he is! He has invaded us again. What is he doing here? Goodbye. He didn't even put up a fight. And we pick up his item, the barbed straight sword. Why is he invading us here? He invaded us all the way back in the depths. The choice weapon of the infamous Dark Wraith Kirk, also known as the Knight of Thorns for the gnarly spikes on his favorite weapon. This frightful sword deals only thrust attacks and causes heavy bleeding. That it does, did a lot of damage to us. A Dark Wraith. Well, it makes sense for a Dark Wraith to try and take us down repeatedly. But we're a Dark Wraith ourselves. Maybe Kirk isn't what he seems. Because even other Dark Wraiths don't turn on other Dark Wraiths. Now let's take out these Capra demons. By the way, Kirk only invades once the brilliant light is gone. Ow. Down. You're next. Now you. By the way, I put my, if you haven't noticed already, I put my fire claymore away. Because I'm pretty sure in a area all about fire, fire won't be so helpful. That and claymores only for special occasions. Here we have the stone demons again, little baby demons. Because they're born from stone. They're very weak. Everything is very weak here. You know what? While we're here, I might as well talk about that. It's, as we saw before, for the most part, the first half of Dark Souls 1 is pretty balanced. The only open parts are getting to the two Bells of Awakening, which order you want them to be in. And for the most part, the world is designed around the path to the Bells of Awakening. Then it's a linear path to Sen's Fortress and Anor Londo. After that, it's pretty open-ended. You could go towards any path that you want, and some say that's a negative, because in an RPG, you're constantly getting stronger, but the enemies don't scale with your strength, meaning the last lord that you go for will probably end up being the easiest. That's an obvious weakness of open-ended tasks in action RPGs or RPGs in general. That's why most of the areas we've seen so far have unique mechanics to make sure that the numbers won't get through everything. There's the darkness in the Tomb of the Giants. Ghost in New Londo that can only be defeated with the special item. The invisible pathways, and the crazy amount of enemies in the Duke's Archives and Crystal Caves. But in Izalith, there really isn't any of those unique mechanics to take you down. It really is just an enemy gauntlet, not even a challenging one. But I'll save my profanity for Izalith later. We got a lot to talk about there. Let's just take down this Taurus demon. I don't have a problem with enemies, I don't have a problem with enemies being... with bosses being reused as regular enemies, because that can show how far you've come, and it makes you feel powerful that you managed to defeat these enemies in 1 or 2 hits. In my opinion, the Demon Runes isn't so offensive. It may be a little boring. At least it looks really good. The brilliant light is gone. we can pass through. We have these branches here. Just a little gap here with these little bugs. They're not so dangerous. In fact, they don't even try to attack you. There are branches everywhere, though. These are chaos bugs. Parasites. What a special thing about these enemies, they can sometimes drop sunlight metals. Why? I don't know. Blocked by some contraption. This door that we can't open. Well, might as well turn back and go through the fog gate. Make sure you don't fall, or you're dead. Well, I guess you can try that. Nope, suicidal. Well, who knows what could be through this fog gate? We'll have to find out. So falls the Demon Fire Sage, the boss of the Demon Ruins. And it dropped an item for us. The Demon's Catalyst. The thing it was using. Let's take a look at it. Another catalyst for sorcery, but Izalith is full of pyromancers, not sorcerers. Demon Catalyst formed from Izalith's molten rock. Can be used as a fire weapon. The Demon Fire Sage was the first demon. and the last master of the original fire arts, before the Witch of Izalith was engulfed by chaos, creating pyromancy. The original fire arts. This demon fire sage, before the chaos flame explosion, was a priest for Izalith, a fire priest. Because, if you remember all the way back from the opening, the witches weaved the great firestorms. Because what they used was fire sorcery, not pyromancy. Pyromancy was later created by Quelana. That is why the blasts that are used by the Demon Fire Sage don't do fire damage. They do magic damage. I don't know how that works, but as for the Demon Fire Sage itself, it's a reskin of a reskin of the first boss. The Asylum Demon had a reskin in the Undead Asylum known as the Stray Demon, right under it. That is fine. What is not fine, though, is the Demon Fire Sage being a reskin of the reskin, because the Asylum Demon cannot do magic blasts, but the Stray Demon can. It may look neat, but it's a reused boss. For some reason, it's the exact same boss as the Stray Demon. What, did they not have time? In fact, this place doesn't even look like a boss arena. Doesn't look like there should be a boss here. Foreshadowing, maybe? Probably not. The first demon. That's also very debatable, as we saw with Ceaseless Discharge. Izalith's son, born a demon. You know what, that actually makes sense, because this Demon Fire Sage was close to the Witch of Izalith, and was one of the first to feel the wrath of that explosion, to be malformed into a demon. In my opinion, it would be fine to keep the Demon Fire Sage, but make it a unique boss. Why can't you just make it a unique boss? I don't understand. It's almost like they didn't have time. And it reuses a boss theme too. That personally is fine because I like the Taurus Demon boss theme. I love it. That's fine with me. It's the last time you get to hear it, but 3 bosses use it. What are the odds that they're all demons? Good odds. Well, with that, guess we're done. No, I'd like to do a little more walking. More stone demons in these ruins. Take them all down. We're gonna get them all. Stinkers don't stand a chance. And here we have 3 clumped right next to each other. You know why? You know what, we'll get to why. Because I know why. Oh, that hurts. That was my fault. Let's just use this humanity to heal ourselves up, because I am greedy. This item right here is the Soul of a Brave Warrior. I think this item used to be something else. I think it used to be part of Shiva's cut quest line involving the Chaos Blade. I think it used to be right here, away from all the demons, because they too were afraid of it. That would be fine. This statue isn't attacking us. And we can't attack it. It just moves on its own. Maybe it's maybe it's in the middle of being born. Or maybe they just float upon that structure there. What's this? Let's touch it. More technology of Izalith. Are you sure this fire is so bad? He made technology like this. And that would take us back to Quaylag's sister and Aingi. Next time on Dark Souls, we continue through the demon ruins to find the Witch of Izalith. See you guys then.